Hey, I have a second channel. Cube Comp MTDX. Hey everybody. With so much frustration these days with the changes that Microsoft is making to Windows, people are looking for alternatives. I mean, it gets to a point where you get sick and tired of the telemetry and all the crap that Microsoft has been doing with Windows lately. It seems like the last good version of Windows was Windows 7. I mean, Windows 8, they started pushing the Microsoft account and making, and of course, Windows 8 was the OS that tried to make the desktop PC a smartphone. And then you have Windows 10, which was slightly better, but still, you have all these things going on with Windows 10. And then with Windows 11, don't even get me started on that. So, yeah. So, a lot of people out there are probably getting sick and tired of Microsoft Windows and are looking for alternatives. Today I'm going to be testing out an alternative. We're going to be testing out Zorin OS, which is a build of Linux. And I got a request in a video a while back to try out Linux on this computer here. This is the Sleeper HP. It has the Intel Core 2 Quad Q6600 CPU, 8 gigs of RAM, NVIDIA GTS 450 graphics card. So I got a fresh copy of Zorin downloaded from the internet and copied over to this USB stick. Let's install it and give it a little bit of a test run. Okay, it's going to select our flash drive here. So we can moderate NVIDIA drivers. Not sure if we'll need that one or not. Let's try to do the try or install Zorin OS. It's currently copying stuff off the flash drive. We'll do a file system check here. This is doing a verification of all the installation files that are on the flash drive. Pretty cool boot animation there. Okay, let's go ahead and do the installation. You can tell that Zorin, they try to make this a friendly installer. Okay, so select the keyboard layout. I'm going to actually uncheck these two options for now. Try to speed this up just a little bit. This is going to be a temporary installation anyway. Alrighty, so we have the option to erase the disk and install Zorin OS. So this will delete all your programs, documents, and everything. Keep that in mind. Let me just hit advanced features here and see what we have. Okay. I wonder though. Okay, so the thing is, this machine has a solid state drive as well as a secondary hard drive for data. I'm not going to worry too much about setting up partitions. I mean, we can hit continue on this and see what we'll do. So you can see we have SDA, that is our solid state drive. SDB is our secondary drive. We're just going to actually we're just going to actually go back and do the standard option. We'll just hit erase disk and install Zorin OS. The entire disk will be erased. And you can see it's SDA, which is the solid state drive. That's what we want. I'm going to leave the secondary hard drive as is. It says 3 partitions will be deleted. That's typical. So we'll hit install now. It's going to give you a warning. If you continue, to change listed below will be written to the disk. It's just giving you that last chance to go back if you don't want to erase data. So you can see it's working with just SDA, which is the solid state drive. So hit continue and let it do its thing. And I just love this, guys. Unlike Windows 11 and Windows 10 and Windows 8, this installer asks you what time zone you're in instead of just assuming you're over here in Pacific time. And I just love how it defaults to New York, which is of course UTC 5, which is where I'm at, Eastern Time. Okay, so if you want to, you can change your computer name. This is something else that modern Windows does not do. So, okay. Okay, so it's going to require a password. This is the thing about Linux, is it seems to require a password. So we're going to give it a password. Yes, I know it's weak. I'm going to actually choose login automatically. Okay, so it's going to install. Yeah, if you're clearly installing this onto a computer with no OS, it's pretty cut and dry. It's pretty basic. This is actually not my first time messing around with Zorin OS. I've messed with it a few times in the past. Okay, installation is complete. Go ahead and restart. I want you to remove the installation media, even though the boot order on this machine does not look for USB first. Again, gotta love the boot animation there. So why not, let's go and do the little tour. Now, we don't have sound on this, but let's see here. So of course you open the menu. You can see we have a Windows 7 style start menu over here. You put a call to start menu. Hit next. So you can change the layout. Like for example, let's see here. We can have it laid out more like, let's see here. I think this is like Ubuntu, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't really used Ubuntu, but you can change the layout and stuff like that. I mean, there's so many different options here. Okay. Which one have I not tried? Oh, I see what this does. It okay, we got a Windows 7 style menu, but the icons here have the text on it instead of just being the buttons on the taskbar, if you want to call it that, at the bottom have titles on them instead of just the icon. So you can change the theme. Oh, we have dark mode. Very nice. So there's lots of different things you can set up in here. And of course you can change the fonts. Very cool. You can connect accounts. I'm not going to do that right now. You can link your phone and computer with Zorin Connect. This is kind of like the Microsoft My Phone or Your Phone, whatever it's called, where you can link an Android phone. So let's see here what this is. This is like an app store. So this is their version of like the Microsoft Store or the App Store. We can go fetch various things. Like for example, we see we have Firefox pre-installed, but you might want Chrome, which in this case would be Chromium. The thing is, when you're running Linux, software is going to be different. I mean, there is Wine. We can run some Windows applications, and that's probably one of the biggest reasons that more people don't adopt Linux is because of software compatibility. Anyways, that's the sort of the App Store. So you can see that it comes with LibreOffice, and you can install this if you'd wish. Only Office. So that works. It says it works best with the actual Microsoft Office file formats. Now I believe this one here will also edit Microsoft Office formats. So you can see that there is a software update available. I'm going to hit remind me later on this. And of course, that's like the Windows update. So let's have a look around a little bit. As I mentioned, we have a Windows 7 style start menu here. Now there is a Zorin OS Pro out there. There's a Pro version. I think the Pro version costs like $30-something, maybe about $40, something like that. The version that we're running is the core version, which is free. Doesn't cost anything. So you can see we have accessories, and these are some things that are pre-installed. We have maps on here, a simple maps application. It's funny, it look like Google Maps for a second. You can see we have, yep, built-in maps application. Pretty cool. This is the file manager or file explorer. So there are additional drivers available, it says. Yeah, it's my first time in a long time actually using Zorin. It's going to search for available drivers. So yeah, this is the file explorer. So go to computer. Like I say, this is my first time using this, so we're yeah, definitely my first time using this. I was trying to see if I could see the actual like hard drive on here. Yeah, data, the SDB. There we are, data. So you can see that you can indeed access a Windows NTFS partition on here. So if you have, let's see, yeah, if you have a, for example, a secondary drive that's formatted with NTFS and you have like some stuff from Windows on it, you can access it with this. So that's the file explorer. Okay, so we have a we have a driver update for the graphics card in this. It says this device is using an alternate driver. We'll minimize that just for now. So again, we have some accessories here. A little clock application. A few pre-installed games. So we have the GIMP image program pre-installed. And we have a image viewer. It's like pretty basic there. What about this photos application? Of course, we don't have anything on here, but you can also, looks like you can also link up your online accounts. Like if you have like a cloud account, for example, you can link that up. So anyway, and of course, again, we got GIMP. I've used this a couple of times. It's a very, very powerful utility. There's a lot you can do with it. Of course, it's a whole lot more feature rich than like Windows Paint. So where was just at? So Firefox is included fresh out of the box. You could install Chromium if you like. And of course, we got LibreOffice. For example, we'll pull up the Writer, which is the equivalent of Microsoft Word. And you can see that we have like a ribbon up top. It's similar to that of Microsoft Office. Oh yeah. Again. There's your word processor. See what fonts we have on here. So we of course, not being Windows, we have different fonts on here. Anyways, we're going to close out of this. It's always funny how it's like Microsoft just cannot keep up with eye candy on their operating systems on Windows. I mean, Windows 11 looks all pretty, but of course you got lots of eye candy in this. So LibreOffice Calc, that's like Excel. Nothing too much to show there. Impress is like PowerPoint. But yeah. Sound and video, we have a few different things on here. So this is a video editor that's included out of the box. So you can actually edit video with this fresh out of the box. Now of course I'm pretty sure that the video editor in this is definitely not as nice as what I'm using. But definitely not bad. It's nice that it does come with a video editor fresh out of the box. Let's get out of that. Got a basic sound recorder there, video player there. So it looks like, yeah, I'd say this is like Windows Media Player. System tools, additional drivers. Again, we saw that earlier. But manage drives and media. You can see now here we can see all our drives. We got, of course, the SSD. We got our 500 gigabyte hard drive, which has an NTFS partition on it. Got our DVD burner drive, and of course we have our card reader that's on this machine. So that gives you a little bit of information about each. For example, it tells you the temperature of the drive, which is pretty cool. So that's the disk utility. It's funny, calculator is in. Oh, that's right. We're in System Tools. Duh. Power stats. Let's see here. Not really showing much here right now. Maybe there's probably a missing driver or something. So we got settings. So settings, you can see it's well, for example, settings. This here is we'll say this is a more useful version of the Windows settings. And of course, here you can manage user accounts, and hey, no Microsoft account required here. default applications. So you can set your default programs here without having to go through and change every single freaking file extension like you have to do on Windows 11. Date and time. It's pretty straightforward. We set the date and time. And we're going to set this to PM, and of course it's super late. And of course here's your about. So in here we can see the computer name, the installed amount of memory, our processor, graphics, disk capacity, and it shows, funny note, it shows the combined total size of all the disks together. So yeah, let's take a quick look at utilities, what you have here. Archive Manager, backups, calculator. See how the calculator here looks. Oh, you got a little basic calculator here. Like advanced mode, let's see. Oh yeah, now we got a lot more stuff. Financial mode. Programming mode. This is something that Windows has. So you can convert between binary, octal, decimal, and hex. You can use this to cheat on that exam where you need to convert decimal to hex or from hex to binary. And yeah, disk usage analyzer. See what this is. Oh, so it basically tells you how much space you got used up on your drives. So the data drive has pretty much nothing used up. It's, I mean, yeah. Modified 2 years. Yeah, that sounds about right. I think it's been 2 years since I originally put this thing together. So that's the disk analyzer, I think it was. Yeah, disk usage analyzer. Disk, I think, yeah, we've already seen that earlier at some point. So, fonts. And you can, well, as we had seen earlier, I think it's loading up fonts, but document scanner, document viewer. So, oh yeah, it's definitely definitely working the CPU a little bit there. Again, right there in the menu, we have software. This is the App Store. Zorin appearance. Let's see what we have here. Oh yeah, we saw that earlier. Well, that right there is just, oh, finally. It's just taking a moment for that to load up. Alright, let's see here. System monitor, that's the equivalent of task manager. That's what I was looking for. There's your graphs. You can see the CPU's done idled down now. It's not doing too much. It's doing a little bit. You got this nice little animated graph. So CPU CPU history, memory and swap history, network history. Very nice little task manager. So anyway, I think that just about wraps up for a little tour of Zorin OS. So there you have it. We installed Zorin OS on this thing, and we got to look at an operating system that is not Microsoft Windows. It comes to show just how ridiculous Windows has gotten these days. But the thing is, a lot of software that we use is written around Windows, and that's one of the big reasons why Windows is still on top, despite there being really good alternatives out there. So if you're just using a computer for basic tasks like web browsing and things like that, I mean, heck, we've got the Firefox browser right here, pre-installed, and of course, I mean, I guess real quick, let's go ahead and go into the software store. So the Zorin start page is like a giant Google search thing. For example, YouTube. You can search right on YouTube or Wikipedia or Twitter for this. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay, where was Chromium at? Here we are, Chromium. So let's try installing something here. And of course, this is their version of user account control, but really, to be honest, I think it's the other way around. I think user account control is the Microsoft version of Authenticate on Linux. Well, that's installing just for the heck of it. From the Zorin start page, you can just search for example, stuff on YouTube. And of course, you can see we got Cube Computer Channel. And of course, as expected, internet browsing should be nice and snappy on this machine. Though I must say, if you do a lot of it, it will probably heat your room up a little bit, because this thing is a bit of a space heater. At least this one is. It's that one particular step. I can't remember what that stepping is off the top of my head, but it's that one particular stepping that's a little bit hotter running. So yeah, look at Cube Computer Channel. We are still installing Chromium any day now, so that way I can wrap this up. Anyways, yeah, you open a new tab. Okay, so it brings up the Firefox new tab page. I mean, Firefox is a pretty common web browser. It's not the top dog like it was for a little while. I mean, I remember back before Chrome became the big thing, Firefox was the big alternative to, of course, Internet Explorer. Just love it. It's sitting at 99%. So let's see what's going on here. I'm going to say that it's not doing a very good job of managing CPU cores. I mean, we got one CPU core that's just wide open, and yet these other three cores are just sitting there not doing much anything. So, can't say this is exactly a fault of this OS, but it does seem like, okay, there it goes. It's like, dang, it was using CPU 4 pretty hard there for a little bit. Downloading some files there. So it looks like since we've started up the machine, we've downloaded almost 800 megabytes or megabytes, if you'll be specific. It's like, oh, come on, install. There we are. Alright, let's launch it. There we are. Chromium. So, this is the base source of Google Chrome. So if you're a regular Chrome user, this will look very familiar to you. So anyways, that is Zorin OS. What was it, 16? Yep. Zorin OS 16.1. I'm going to shut this down. And that was a very quick shutdown. Very impressive. So anyways, hope y'all enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Well, everybody, that wraps up for this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like the video, leave a comment, subscribe to QComputer channel, and be sure to tick the bell, that way you get notified of new video posts. Also, I recommend following QComputer Company on Facebook. A link is in the video description. In addition to computer tech videos, I have a second channel, CubeCompMTDX. Links are available at the end of this video. Again, I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching and your support.